Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Get the Sense Night 2, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me, the Queen's back. Alright, so today is the anniversary of my girl's legacy, her music, everything about her, Selena Quintanilla. Please check out my painting on my YouTube channel. I did a homage and tribute to my queen. Check it out. Just type in Get the Sense Night 2 my Selena Quintanilla painting. Also check out my Instagram, Get the Sense Night 2 _ Get the Sense Night 2. And you can just type in like Get the Sense Night 2 in the Instagram, but you'll see the Get the Sense _ 92 and click on my Instagram page as well. Just like my other fave and her anniversary, because Selena is another one, and I want to talk about her, and I don't want like her death be in vain, but I have really became more and more of a fan of hers over the years. And I have to admit, when I was younger, I wasn't like a huge Selena Quintanilla fan. And it wasn't like, oh, like I didn't like her or I didn't like her music. It's just I wasn't exposed to her music a lot. Barely, I wasn't really exposed to her music. I don't really remember playing a song. I'm sorry, I don't remember one of her songs being played in my household. But I did remember about like who she was, and I remember how she was such an impact in the Mexican Latin music scene, in culture. And like I said, her music, her impact, I did know and I was aware that she had fans. And I also, like I said, found out of the heartbreaking news of her passing and how she passed, which I will talk about this because it's important. I just want to start off the good things, and then I'll get to the nitty gritty, and then I'll turn to the super thing, because it's really sad, because she was such a very talented, gifted young artist, very beautiful, like real high caliber talent that she had. And I feel like the way how she was able to connect with people and her fans, and especially as a Mexican woman of color, how she was being marketed and how really there was no one like her. And I was watching the documentary of her story and where she came from and her family working, and how she was able to really connect at such a young age doing music. She was just such a very natural singer, a gifted musician at such a young age, and she was performing, like I think she was around like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, but she had that in her. I like that her family, they really made sure that even with them, even her siblings, they were talented musicians too, alongside with her, and her father, her mother. They were pretty grounded, as young kids, but they still loved the music. They still love to connect with their culture in the Latin music market. So I have been, watching her documentaries and reflecting on her music, her life and legacy, because really I don't care what nobody says. Selena Quintanilla, she was on her way. She was already successful. So I don't want no shade towards Selena Quintanilla. I'm not having it. That's my other girl. I'm not having it, period. Because really, when it comes to like how artists, they have their own look, they have their own sound, their own impact, very different, unique. And what's so sad too, which I will get into it, it's like she really was getting ready to get bigger, and then who screwed it all up. Okay? Because I feel like that right there is the reason why you have to be very careful of who you bring around you when it comes to your dreams, your ambitions, your desires. Because people like that, who, they're the reason why they screw everything up. And it's just so sad and unfortunate and so bittersweet, because Selena, she was kind-hearted, she was hardworking, she didn't bother nobody, she didn't cause trouble for people. But that's why I think about, on my channel, but talk about like narcissism and, stuff like that. Because Selena, she was an empath. obviously, of course, she was an empath. But the thing is, too, she basically was just doing her thing. She just had a very bright aura about her. It was very genuine, and her music spoke for itself. So, when she was titled the Queen of Tejano Music, she found a sound in her artistry that really worked well for her. That's why I really commend for artists to find themselves in their music and find a sound that they can really, really, really latch onto and work on and stay consistent, because that's what's going to set you out from your peers in music. Not to put everybody else down, but that's how it's supposed to be. Your talent, your work ethic, your stage presence, your creativity, and the music, the sound, it's supposed to stand out. You are supposed to stand out. You're not supposed to be like everyone else or sound like everyone else. Selena was pretty much, like I said, she had the look. She was beautiful. And, the black hair, she had her own, she was very beautiful. Like in her photos, how naturally beautiful she was. And, everything about her really shined through. So, I mean, her music, she really touched the lives of many, Latin, people through her music and just through her, she just wanted to make sure that she was represented as well. She represented the Mexicans because she was a Mexican. She was a Latina, and really her music really did definitely redefine the sound of Latin dance pop music, because when I listen to Bitty Bitty Bom Bom, that song in particular, it just has that up-tempo dance, more of that avant-garde kind of sound. It's more the pop nostalgia to it, but it has that more upbeat sound. It just has more that real, it just has Latin music mixed with pop music, mixed with nostalgia music. And with that being said, Selena definitely, she really took control of her artistry. So she found her artistry and she made sure it was hers. And what I loved about Selena is that she was humble, she was easygoing, she was just friendly, and she knew about people being mean and cold-hearted. I know, and like I said, I'm gonna talk about that later. You know who, but she, made sure that she treated everyone how she wanted to be treated. And I think that with Selena, it's with her, well-being, that's how I know that she was destined to continue to have success and continue to reach more success, because really, she was an independent underground artist for a while before she got signed to a record deal, and then, stuff like that. Also, she was in a group with her family, with her siblings, Selena and I think it was Los Dinos. That was the name of the group. So they were hustling. They were selling out underground shows and underground concerts. So they really, really, really were pretty much on the rise in their music careers. And for Selena Quintanilla, for her as a solo musician and as an artist, she really made sure that she was going to really put in the work for herself, and really she had that natural quality about her, that superstardom. And that's what I loved about her too. She was pretty much what it meant to be a star, a quality star. She had this quality about her, this lightness about her. She had a very, she just was just so, it was nothing you've never seen before in a good way. And I think that listening to her interviews, when I was listening to her interviews, how she said, yeah, I've always citation sources, credit where credit's due. Selena was saying, how she was into music and she always wanted to be herself, and she, how she discovered the sound and being named the Queen of Tejano Music. Tejano music, that was a sound where, it just had different many influences of different genres of music, and she was able to do well in that. And that's why I keep saying, for these current artists and these future artists, don't be afraid to find your own sound. Don't be afraid to tap into the waters and work with different producers. Or you can find a few producers or that particular producer that can give you your sound, that can have your real authenticness to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's like nowadays with the music, it's like everybody sounds the same, and then the same redundant production and the lyrics, and it's like things have really taken a downward spiral throughout the years. Because I feel like really in the last, I would say, 20 years, the music hasn't really gotten to a place of like real authenticity. I mean, it has here and there, but it's so much promotion, so much that oversaturated of the same generic sound. But anyway, Selena, she was in an era where it's like your talent had to speak for itself. You had to know how to put on a stage presence. Even when I was watching Selena's performances, when she had like that concert, the iconic concert that's legendary, it was at the Superdome. It was in Texas. The purple outfit, sparkle purple outfit, and she was dancing and singing, and she paid homage to Donna Summers, a black woman, dominating in the dance and pop music. So she was about people. She loved the music, and she celebrated other musicians that inspired her as well. See, so that's the thing. It's like I really saw that spark and like that high quality of talent. She could sing and dance at the same time. Selena was rocking it, period. Selena was rocking it, period. And I feel like, which I'm gonna talk about this in a few minutes, it's very sad and it makes me upset as a fan, because just looking back at just like everyone else who made, like I said, somebody else I always talk about too. Y'all know she's rocking it too. But this video is about Selena. But it's kind of like Selena just had so much. She had so much more to do. She was getting ready to be like really huge for herself. And really, I think that what's so sad is that who is a perfect example of low life people that will take advantage and will sabotage. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care what nobody says. Don't come on my platform with this BS. I'm telling y'all, this would have never have happened. Selena's anniversary, March 31st, on that fateful day, when she had to transcend into the heavens, who caused it, period. Okay, this is a happy anniversary for the good times, and I'm not just going to dwell on the bad time and dwell on that tragic day, but I have to be honest, I have to talk about this a little bit, because my thing is, people like that, I mean, it was so tragic how Selena passed on this day and how she passed. Because as I was watching the documentary, and I almost was like just swelled up, I swelled up in like almost in tears. Because it's like you got some people who are envious and jealous of you. And it doesn't matter who it is. Don't put nothing past nobody. I even had to learn and live with that myself, because Selena did not do anything, and she did not deserve to be tragically, deceased the way how she tragically passed on. But the thing is too, what I love about the Selena fans, it's like us, we keep her legacy alive. We really do, because she just was such a force to be reckoned with. Her family, my thoughts and prayers go to them. I'm very proud of them for really making sure that her legacy stays consistent. Her impact on pop music and culture, and representing in Latin music and culture, because really she definitely made sure that she was going to represent. She made sure she was going to represent who the hell she was, and still to this day. And her family, the Selena Quintanilla family, I have a lot of respect for them. Unfortunately, they lost a daughter, they lost a sister, they lost a wife, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, wow. But they had to push through, and they had to do it for her. They had to make sure that she was still, celebrate her life, her love of music, the huge impact that she had in music, and especially the entire world. Selena is really, really popular everywhere in the United States and in the international, outside of the U.S. as well. Of course, in Latin countries, people know who Selena is. People know who she is in the U.S. and international countries and everything else. So my thing is, when you listen to her music, it's like, it's still fresh, it's still nostalgia. And like I said, unfortunately, after she passed on, she was Before she passed on, she was recording her debut album in the United States, and this is pretty much the last album that she did in her music career. And the album that she did was pretty much the first English album, Dreaming of You. So after she passed on, the album came out, and unfortunately she wasn't there in the flesh and being alive to celebrate that. And it just makes my stomach turn, because really with her, it's like this. People, make sure that you cherish your life, you value life, and I'm telling y'all, protect yourselves. But I hate how Selena passed on this day, because she just did not deserve it. She did not deserve that at all. And so she really made sure that while she was alive, that she was going to be the best that she was, capable of being. She didn't have this, she just didn't have this arrogance about her. And it's okay to have, being a badass. There's nothing wrong with that and having confidence. But she didn't have that, I'm going to dominate other people to get what I want. No. She was able to really, really, really make sure that she was going to get where she was going to be. So with that being said, I really, really, really do love Selena with all my heart. I really have did a lot of reflection as a Selena Quintanilla fan, and I want people to know and realize that her legacy will continue to live on throughout generations. She was such a beautiful, talented young woman, a humble, ambitious, funny, loving human being. So, happy anniversary to you, Queen. I know you are resting very well. Your fans, we will always love you forever. We will keep your legacy alive forever. You are such a blessing to this world, and your gift and your music, and you will live on forever through your music. So I salute to you, Queen. I love you with all my heart dearly. So yeah, Selena Quintanilla fans, please share your thoughts and your opinions. What are your thoughts of Selena's anniversary, celebrating her anniversary? Share your thoughts and your opinions. Let's have this discussion, guys, because I really want to hear you guys out. So, we love you, Selena. So, Selena Quintanilla fans, share your thoughts and your opinions. Stay tuned on the next episode of Gift Since 92, Dragon Ball Z narrated reference. Peace. Bye-bye. You girls editing out. Oh, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, your girls editing out. The Super Saiyans out.